Hi, I'm Bill Denome. Welcome to Chairs and Chairs. Today we're talking to Dr. Candace Thompson, Chair of the Department of Instructional Technology, Foundations and Secondary Education at UNCW's Watson College of Education. Welcome, Dr. Thompson.
Thank you. Hi, Bill.
It took you 18 years to go from your undergraduate to your graduate studies. What was that evolution like in between those intervening years?
It was wonderful. I took the circuitous route. I was an animal science undergrad major. I love animals. Should have majored in the forestry area. I didn't know a whole lot. So I ended up majoring in large animal science and traveled a bit. I was in the Peace Corps. I worked for the Forest Service and moved out to California for a vacation and ended up staying. And I worked with an Upward Bound organization and fell in love and realized that what I had been doing was teaching all along.
In some of your writings, you refer to yourself as a lover of small stories. Can you explain what a lover of small stories is all about?
I grew up in a pretty close-knit community, and I grew up listening to the stories of my other mothers and fathers, I call them, right? The other parents who were there, people looked out for one another. And to me, those were amazing small stories that opened up the world to me. And even in my work, the thing that I'm most interested in is a small story.
Any particular lessons that you've come to as a chair in the past year?
Oh my gosh, don't take up the job during a hurricane. Okay, that was the word, that was the biggest thing.
Something you can absolutely predict.
Oh my gosh. I also realized that I am not the leader for all time, but I am the leader for right now. That I have something that is, I believe, needed and important and something valuable to contribute to my department. It's taken me a long time to get there, but if you want something to happen, you have to be willing to step into the space and be a part of it. And so I decided this was my time to do it.
Nice. If you hadn't ended up in academia, what do you think you'd be doing today?
Oh my gosh. What would I be doing? I would be in some other country, probably working with animals and people who cared about their animals and the environment, working with them in some way to achieve whatever it was that mattered most to them. I like putting myself in places where I know little. Maybe that's why I'm a chair, right?
Right. Yeah.
I don't know everything.
Right.
But I've got a whole toolbox of life from all different places that help me figure it out, and it's the figuring out that I love.
We often talk about lifelong learning, isn't it? That's the motto. Yeah.
Yep.
That's great. So if you had a freshman sitting in front of you right now, and he or she was interested in possibly pursuing a career in education, is there any particular advice you'd give them at this moment?
The narrative is don't, right? The story is it's a bad, rough world. Teachers don't have respect. Educators are kind of obsolete in many ways, right? We could do it all online. I tell them that this is soul work. And if you believe in the magic of learning and what happens when we can touch another person in that way, then do the thing and don't worry about the noise.
Nice. I noticed the chairs we're sitting in. Does this chair bring you any memories?
Oh gosh, yes. It brings me memories in that it was never a left-handed desk.
That's right.
But it gave me enough room. I love this pencil thing right here. We used to always write in here. And yeah, these are fun desks.
It did take some time for the swivel desk to come in. That was a start. You know.
Yeah, I don't remember swivel. I only
We were
remember
so
these
advanced.
wooden things and carving them in there. And I went to school, you know, I had older siblings. So when I would finally get a desk where I could see their mark, it was fun.
That's awesome. What question would you ask the next chair that we'll sit with?
We're becoming increasingly virtual. People are working from home, we teach online. How do we maintain community, that good old-fashioned person-to-person community in an increasingly virtual environment? And I'd love to hear how other chairs are doing that, making that happen.
Well, visit us again next time on Chairs and Chairs, and you'll hear the response to that question. Dr. Candace Thompson, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.